we go.
So how many of you guys know someone or have been in an accident with a drunk driver? It's more than I thought, actually. Before I was born, my uncle got into an accident with a drunk driver, and unfortunately, he did not make it. So it's kind of something that's always been really brought up in my family. And it affects a lot more people than you would think, because Backtrack.com said that 28 people die on average per day from drunk driving accidents. So I kind of wanted to take this as an opportunity to teach everybody about drinking and driving and the risks that it takes, and how there's so many other options that you can take. There's Uber, there's Lyft. You can call, I think it's AAA, on special holidays, where you can get a ride for free. So today I'll be talking about why drinking and driving is so dangerous, what are some solutions, and then places worldwide that are kind of implementing ways to mitigate this. So how alcohol can impair driving. From the National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration, there wasn't an author or a year because it's a government site, but they talked about how it reduces brain function, it impairs thinking, it mitigates reasoning and muscle control. So that basically all together while you're driving just ends up being really bad, because you're not thinking clearly. You can run stop signs, you can go through lights, there's so many other things. You don't see cars. And then a blood alcohol content of 0.8 makes the crash risk increase exponentially. And then from Wicker, Accident Analysis and Prevention 2018 said that individuals caught driving between a 0.5 and a 0.05% and a 0.08% is known as the warm range. And this is basically when you're not completely towards driving drunk yet, but you're in that age or in that area where if you do go over, your time in jail can go increasing up, because you're just becoming a danger to society at that point. So some solutions proposed to stop drunk driving. Dave Rideshare 2018 said that there's Uber, Lyft, and other ride-sharing services. In Canada, there was a 60% decrease in motor vehicle homicides, which was a lot because Canada is the second top place in the world for drunk driving accidents. So knowing that we have these available, it doesn't really make an excuse for drunk driving whatsoever. And then there was an experiment, and Hamnet, a journal on Forensic Scientists 2018, talked about how Scotland and Ireland reduced their legal blood alcohol content level. So going from a 0.8 to a 0.5 reduced the amount of motorcycle accidents and motor vehicle accidents in 1 year by, I want to say it was in the 70 percentile. So it made a huge difference in the way that they were driving drunk, and hopefully not drunk from now on. So worldwide reductions on drinking and driving. Many European countries have a very low blood alcohol limit compared to America, and that was from the editorial staff at Lifesaver 2012. So here's kind of a chart showing all of the countries and how they are in drunk driving. We are the third, but it has been going down a lot due to Uber, Lyft, other ride-sharing services. And then in a lot of places, in Europe specifically, they have very low blood alcohol content levels. I want to say Russia has 0.2, Germany has 0.2, Australia and the UK have gone from 0.8 to 0.5, and then from Palmer, the Journal of Offender Therapy and Conventional Criminology, there was an absolute zero tolerance in the Czech Republic and Hungary. So basically there, if you got caught with any type of blood in your alcohol in your blood system, then you would get your license revoked for a year or even for life. And then reconvictions rates were much lower for those in rehabilitation programs. Sorry, that was from the Palmer person, that part. But the reconviction rates in Australia went down drastically because after someone was convicted of a drunk driving crime, they would have to go through programs like kind of just sobering up and like AA programs. And in a year's time, the amount of people that were rehabilitated or like recriminalized went down by, I think it was in the 40 percentile. So it was definitely a lot. So teaching people who have been in these accidents about what the harm that they can cause really does make a difference. So just to recap, I talked about what drunk driving is, how we are solving this problem, or trying to, and then what people are doing worldwide. I just really hope that if you guys are ever at a party or a bar, that you can take the time and like call an Uber or a Lyft or even a friend if you don't have any money for it. Like, it's just a really important cause. And if you want to know anything else, the statefarm.com has a ton of just ways for you to not drive drunk, reasons for you not to drive drunk. And it also gives you a lot of pointers what to look out for when you're driving late at night because the risk goes up exponentially. So you can look out for people swerving in lanes, people not stopping for stop signs, people driving without their headlights on is a big one. But that's it. Thank you so much.